Right, welcome here for Punch Out Boxing. Delighted to be speaking to Alexkrassyuk here at the press conference for Usyk versus Dubois. Alex, so this fight, I think it's the second defense for Alexander. Now, we know Alexander's style. He tends to run the gas tank of his opponents out with his perpetual movement, making them miss. He's got all those slips, feints, moves. This is the first time he's fighting a natural big heavyweight who's in the prime of his youth. So he might come with more energy than Anthony Joshua and Derek Chisora was able to bring. You're confident that at 36 he can still maintain that pace?
I'm confident that for a heavyweight, the age of 36 is the diamond age. You look at Tyson Fury, you look at Vladimir Klitschko, at Vitaly Klitschko. Just remember some of the most prominent heavyweights, and they performed their best at this age. We're not overlooking Daniel Dubois. He's strong, he's determined. He hasn't got too much experience because he's just 25. He's hungry, he is willing to win, but it's not enough. Anyone can be hungry and willing to win. Anyone can anyone can train hard. But Daniel is in the position of a mandatory, and it's not like anyone can be. But it doesn't lead him to necessary to the victory, because to win over Usyk, you need to win the fight with yourself, and this is the most complicated and difficult fight to win. Usyk has gone through this. He won the fight with himself. He undergo through some severe challenges in his life, and there was an option which way to go, and he took the right direction. Now he's on the top of the world. Is Daniel fit enough? Probably yes. Is Daniel strong enough? Probably yes. Is he mature enough? This is probably the question.
Do you think it's that the vast experience of Usyk and that at this level it's almost the fighter's mind which matters more, the speed that his mind moves, that will more than overcompensate for advantages in speed and youth that Daniel will come with?
Just imagine, let's say yourself, you've been talking to different people of different levels, uh, and at some point you have to conduct negotiations with Rishi Sunak. You sit in front of him, and you have to talk, to discuss something for 30 minutes. Do you feel comfortable about it? No, because you haven't got that experience behind you. You haven't got that power, that position, that strong, structured logic to do so. That's what I mean. I mean that this is the thing that's most important.
Indeed. I mean, I asked his old rival Fury about this after Fury's last fight, how he assesses Alexander because of Alexander's superior movement and ring IQ. And Fury was of the opinion that because of his vast amateur background, that actually Usyk may be suffering more wear and tear than a typical fighter at that age. Is that a concern? Again, this is considered. I know what you said. 36 is generally the peak for modern heavyweights, but at the same time, age and youth is a factor in this sport. It's a highly punishing sport. Do you have concerns that at some point all that wear and tear can catch up to him, especially against someone with the youth of Daniel?
Usyk has the conditioning that was like built up for years. It means that he's not coming from nowhere, fat, unfit, untrained, and then he comes in and puts himself in a jail with a coach, works hard, overcomes himself, and puts himself in a condition, in a proper condition. No, that's not Usyk. Usyk started to build his form, physical form, since the age of 15 when he came to boxing. You could never see any picture or witness see any man who witnessed Usyk being fat or unfit. It means that this was accumulated for years, and now when he's coming to the training camp, he's not starting from the very beginning. He's just adding on top. It means that he has a huge construction in action, and to get to that level, you can't overjump it at 25. You have to go through it to 36 to be at the position where he is now. That's why I don't think conditioning might be an issue. It will be definitely an issue, but for them, not one.
Interesting. Alexander has in the past said that since moving up to heavyweight, it takes more of a toll on his body. If Daniel is able to land, which is a very difficult thing to do on Alexander Usyk, I appreciate, but at, as it stands, Alexander still has never been hit fully by a full-blooded heavyweight in live competition, 10-ounce gloves. Can you prepare for that?
No, no. If you got hit by a heavyweight, if you got hit, means that he landed, he was successful to land the punch. You cannot be prepared for that. You cannot train your chin or your liver for a punch. You cannot pump it. It means you can train your defense not to get punched, but definitely not to prepare yourself to get punched. That's why boxing is the art of defense, first of all. And the defense in boxing is based on a footwork. Footwork is the basic, like in tennis. If you have no footwork, you have no tennis. If you have no footwork, you have no boxing. But in boxing, it works other way. You can have punch, you can have something else, you can have power, size, whatever. But still, in normal boxing, footwork is the basic. So Usyk has a very strong advantage. His footwork is like a flyweight, but he is a heavyweight. And every every opponent of Usyk has the feeling that he knows how to face him. But it's different when you have him in mind and when you see him in front of you in the ring, in the opposite corner. That's what makes him big.
Interesting. Alexander previously said he wants to become the double undisputed at heavyweight and then retire. Is that still the objective for him?
Uh, we normally take it step by step. There is a strategy. The first, the first step of our strategy was to become the champion. We agreed to make it within 3 years, and we've done it within 3 years and within just 10 fights. Then we were thinking of becoming the undisputed, dreaming, not even thinking. Then we accomplished it. Then we thought of turning heavyweights. We took the decision and we accomplished it successfully, being unified champion already. Now, next next stop is the undisputed heavyweight. So, with the help of God, we'll accomplish this next stop and take the decision. Maybe he fights Francis Ngannou afterwards.
Ah, it's interesting you mentioned strategy there. Some of my media colleagues, when discussing this whole circus that's been going on, I know you've got a good relationship with Queensbury, but some have speculated that their strategy is they know Fury and his team know how hard Usyk is for him, and I actually put it to Fury when I spoke to him that you've had problems with smaller heavyweights. But a lot of my media colleagues are saying maybe Queensbury and Fury's strategy is they want Usyk to suffer more miles. Go, he's got 3 belts, 3 mandatory. Let's see how he looks after fighting Dubois, after fighting Hergovich, after fighting Joyce. 3 very hard fights. If he's reduced by this time next year, then we'll take him. Do you think that's their strategy?
I don't think that's the strategy. I don't think it's even close to reality. Usyk is facing Dubois now because Dubois is one step to undisputed. If Tyson Fury does not fight Usyk next, he will be stripped of his title. That's not according to the rules. It's not according to the plan. That's according to my hunch. He will get hated by the fans. He will get absolutely. He will absolutely lose his value as a professional fighter. He can become a Hollywood star or entertainer somewhere in the ring with wrestling or whatever. But in a serious combat sport like professional boxing, there will be no space for him. You have to prove your position of a champion. If you are fighting Francis Ngannou for money, no problem. It's justified. You want money? You want to buy a soccer club? You want to pay off your loan? Whatever. It's your business. It's your choice. Do whatever you wish. But if you nominate yourself to be the best ever heavyweight champion of the world, it doesn't work this way. You cannot define yourself to be the best. Only fans can do this.
Absolutely. Just finally, Frank Warren, he's been talking about this show that Fury's putting on will be a game changer, and then the fight itself, I don't think fans consider. What I'm intrigued by, and I don't know if you have any insight into this, this seems to be put on by another Saudi outfit. Is this some sort of internal rivalry in Saudi Arabia that's going on now?
As long as it's not boxing, it only proves that this fight, let me not call it shit, but as a boxing match, it's shit. But as a, let's say, as a event, as a show, as a performance, it might be a good one. And as long as it's not boxing and it's not done by skill challenge, it means that it has nothing to do with boxing. It means that it's like, I don't know, bringing Cirque du Soleil to Las Vegas or taking, I don't know, David Copperfield show somewhere. So this is the same. It's just entertainment where you use one of heavyweight champions as an actor.
Indeed. Alex, thanks for your time. I'll let some of my colleagues who've been waiting speak to you now. And thanks for bringing the show to Poland. I'll see you there on fight night.